What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with Tesla stock and the overall market and break down some new news involving Tesla's layoffs, what's happening with Elon Musk as he said some very important things about Tesla, and how things are looking for the share price, in my personal opinion. But before I break down all this information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. I am firstly not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link, which is down below in the description. If you sign up for Moonmoon, deposit $100, you guaranteed 7 free stocks, and the offer ends very soon, just 13 days. Anyways, for Tesla, we saw this thing drop all the way down to about this 173 area, rebounded just a little bit towards the 175 zone. And since then, we've been shuffling for the past 4 hours between 174 and 175. Very boring price action, just back and forth chop. We'll be waiting to see what Tesla does later on. But we'll be watching to see if Tesla could hold its 200 EMA. If we do bounce off that, we could see a little rebound attempt. If not, we're just going to continue to shuffle. So I want to talk about some news about Tesla. Tesla did announce something else that's very important. In the state of California, they're going to be cutting another 601 jobs. That's something that the government over here has also said, and other things like that. So we'll see how things end up progressing, at least moving forward. Elon Musk has also made important announcements about this, as Tesla was planning on laying off more than 10% of their workforce, but other sources are saying maybe closer to about 20%. Is this good news? To some extent, you could argue that this is going to help cut costs for Tesla during very, very difficult times. But at the same time, I wouldn't necessarily say that this is the best of news, because they are going to have to let go of some very, very key employees. And that is, once again, not the best of things to hear. There's also news coming out that Elon Musk is claiming that Tesla's next FSD driving updates are going to allow 5 to 10x more miles per intervention. And that is actually some big news. So he's basically trying to say that the FSD software is going to become a lot more improved to the point where there's going to be less intervention. At least it could go a lot further without that, because they're going to be making less mistakes. They're going to be making proper stops. They're not going to turn or oversteer, understeer. They're going to be able to recognize hand signals and such from actual people. There's going to be a lot of things coming out in the next update. Musk has also been saying that this is going to be very useful. There's been a lot of hype about this, and they're going to be improving the computing power of these AI models. So it's very, very awesome to see. Musk is saying that this is going to be awesome. We have the 12.4 release coming out this weekend and limited external beta next week. So that's actually very, very awesome. So we'll see how things end up going. There's also some talk that 12.5 is going to be coming out in late June. That's also great news for Tesla, and I can't wait to see what else we're going to be looking for. So that's going to be very, very interesting. I can't wait to see what is actually said. But this is actually some very big news for Tesla, and I can't wait to see what the future holds. Now, for tomorrow, I just want to remind you all, in the morning, we have initial jobless claims coming up before the market opens. We'll see if this causes the market to pump or dump. So far, the market is holding up very well, and Tesla is once again underperforming to some extent. Tesla is currently testing our 200 EMA, this 174 area. We've been shopping between 174 and 175 for the last 4 to 5 hours. If we lose this support, we're going to be dipping a little bit more. Watch 174 as well, and then we have resistance at 175. I think it's just going to continue to chop for the majority of the day and not really doing anything too special. We only have about 20 minutes left, so we'll have to see how things go from here. But going into the more longer term, there is still, technically speaking, an uptrend on Tesla, because remember, yesterday we were actually at the 171 area, so we are establishing a higher low. And if we do get a bounce here going into tomorrow, we could actually try to fill this imbalance and push our way right back up. For Nvda is breaking out. I called out that if we break past 930, look for a push all the way up towards 944. That's very close to where we went to. We're actually above that now, and now we're approaching 950. So overall, the chart's looking more bullish. Nvidia is breaking out, and I think it's looking very, very strong. For SPY has been pushing up towards this resistance at 529.5 to 530. Once again, holding up very, very well, approaching all-time highs. We have support at 528, 526.6, and then 525. Overall, the chart is looking more bullish. There's no sign of SPY actually breaking down yet, but I do want to call out that resistance is getting tighter and tighter the higher we go. So be careful at this resistance. The closer we get to 530, the tougher it's going to become. So just be mindful of that and just be careful as we get very, very close to that level. So I do think resistance is going to get tighter, but we'll have to wait and see how we react. For now, watch this stock kind of chop for a bit, and we'll see what happens after that. For the QQQ, we're at resistance just under, it's basically 453. That's going to be our next critical zone. So this 453 range. We've been shuffling here for quite some time. We'll see if we break this or not. If we do break this, I could be looking for 455 coming next. That's going to be another new all-time high, very psychological level. And if we reject off here, we're going to be looking back at about 450 flat. So overall, we're holding up very well on the triple Q. For Apple's at this 190 area. If we do break through this, look for 190.5, then 192. And if we lose 189, we're going to be dipping all the way down to 188.5. We are on a nice uptrend right now on Apple. We could break out a little bit higher, but overall, we're still showing some life. On top of all of this, I just wanted to mention that for Coinbase got this breakout. I did mention that if we broke 215, look for this nice break. We did get that break with a nice inverse head and shoulders like structure. So we were looking more bullish as we're trying to fill these imbalances. We have ones to fill all the way up to about 221, and then we have higher ones coming up. So we're looking more bullish. For Amazon, we're kind of shuffling in this 185 area. If we continue to push, we're going to be looking for 187 and eventually 190. If we reject, we're going to be dipping all the way down towards 185. 183.5 as well. So we're looking a little bit more bullish. I could be looking for 186.5, but nothing too insane. And then going back to AMC and the others, we're looking very weak on AMC. It's been on a very, very big downtrend from these levels. We have resistance approaching at 5.86, really struggling to break through that. GME has also been trying to uptrend just a little bit, but we're still struggling at 42, our 20 EMA. So I'm not really expecting anything too crazy. For the VIX, we're continuing to dump. We're approaching 12.5. We'll see if this bounces or not as we're at support. But just be mindful that there's no sign of a bounce yet. We'll see how well it holds this area, this 12.5 zone, and we'll be very, very patient nonetheless. With that being said, as far as Tesla goes, we are looking very weak compared to the market for today, but things can shift if we hold support. Despite that, we're still on an uptrend on Tesla, and we'll see if we get a nice bounce going into tomorrow. With that being said, let's hope Tesla gets a decent close, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next one. Thank you for listening, and peace out.